Hi, I'm Mary. Welcome to Mary Jane's Pantry. Today we're going to be doing something a little fun, and it's called bacon on a stick. But we get to add our little infusion too. So, let's get started. So for our bacon on a stick, I like to use it as like a little appetizer. Maybe it could be a little dessert. Today we're gonna go with the sweet end and go with the dessert, but we can talk about a fun variation later. So we needed some chocolate. This is just a brick of chocolate that we're gonna be melting. Some bacon. Then you will definitely need some skewers. I'm using the wood ones. And then we're gonna be infusing our chocolate with our Mary Jane Pantry sugar. And at the end, we're gonna be using our Mary Jane salts, so it can be a nice little extra, so you get that sweet and salty with the bacon. All right, so for our bacon on a stick, I've gotten ourselves started here just so I can move ahead a little bit. So what I did was I simply took my cookie sheet and I layered it with some tin foil, and all I've done is ribboned up my bacon. So let me show you what I mean. All right, so I'm gonna take my skewer, and one thing I really pay attention to is the temperature of my bacon. The colder the bacon, the less it is going to slide around. So I go in about an inch from the end, and I try and go center within the piece of bacon. If I can get it into the red, I love that. But I'll push it through. And again, I'm gonna go about an inch and a half until I bend my bacon and literally push it through. And all it's gonna do is create a ribbon effect. This just makes for a little fun, but if you know bacon, it controls it just a little bit. Literally, I'm just putting it onto our cookie tray. And now, once these are on here, we'll put them in the oven at 350. So I'm glad I had my oven preheated. Okay. There we go. Doesn't matter if they're all on one side or not. Really, we want them to bake, so most of the fats are gonna actually fall off of it, so they should get really nice and chewy and a little bit crispy. So that's really all we need to do with the bacon, so we can put that into the oven. Okay, timing on that will vary on the thickness of your bacon. I do a thick cut bacon. That takes about 35 minutes in the oven at 350. Okay, so the bacon is just finishing up. I even have a spare one over here. And we are going to start with our chocolate. So what I'm gonna do is take our chocolate. I'm gonna bring the brick down. We're gonna heat it on the oven, on the stove top. But before we do, we're going to infuse it with our raw sugar. With that, we're gonna actually put in 3 spoonfuls. We're gonna make that milk chocolate just a little sweet, a little more confectionery-like. And when it blends with the fats of the bacon and the added salt at the end, it's going to be really, really pretty lovely. So, 1, 2, 3. So with that in mind, each one of those scoops we'll talk about, but it should be about 75 milligrams in there right now. So we're gonna just blend that up. Once we bring it to the heating point where it's just gonna get glossy, then you know it's perfect to take off. So we're just gonna go and put it on a lower heat. right, so we've got our chocolate nicely melted and it's got a nice gloss to it still. So I'm just gonna move and slide it down because all we're gonna do is dip our bacon right into it. So take my bacon, and now that I've dipped it in my chocolate, I can now turn it this way. Now, it may not look so pretty yet, but we're gonna add our salt. So let's do a few more of these. These are just kind of fun. You could always change up your chocolate too and do like colored chocolates for the holidays and not. You never know what might happen with it. Now, when we get to our salt, we should probably try a different one since we've used a couple of the THCV and the HHC, so, and the Delta 8 since that's such a kind of base point. But so today, I think we're going to do these with a Delta 10. So, with that, really, so at this point, very little infusion itself, but really nice and fun. The salt is going to add a great flavor. And I'm just going to do a quick one little salt on there. That way it's friendly to everybody and not going to have too much. Especially if this is an appetizer or a dessert. Because then if they have had infusions in their other meal, you know they're not going to get too much, but it'll certainly add to their wellness and their euphoric feelings. But that's how easy that one is. So next time you need a little appetizer or a quick little dessert, now you know how to make bacon on a stick. So, thank you so much for liking us and subscribing and coming and learning more about our wellness with our infusions of THC and non-psychoactive CBDs. So, with that in mind, come on back next time. Thanks again.